Good morning, everyone. I'm Jasmine Anderson. A messy morning commute here on the island. The National Weather Service says heavy rain and strong winds are expected throughout the morning. On the South Shore, here's flooding in Lindenhurst of South Bay Street and Jericho Turnpike, and a tree down on Granny Road in Middle Island. Meteorologists are predicting up to 6 inches of rain. Potential for thunderstorms continue through 11 a.m. Demolition work begins this week near the Hicksville LIRR station. Buildings near the station will be knocked down and replaced with a 4-story mixed-use space. It will include apartments, commercial space, and underground parking. It's the first major downtown revitalization project for Hicksville. 2 retired NYPD officers jump back into action, preventing arson at the home of Martin Luther King Jr. Axel and Kenny Dotson of Bayshore, New Jersey, stopped at the historic landmark while they were on vacation in Atlanta. They saw a woman try to light a fire before leaving the scene. The brothers chased the woman down and restrained her until officers arrived. The NYPD chief of patrol called the men, quote, American heroes. President Joe Biden is hosting a White House reception to celebrate Hanukkah today. This comes as Biden continues to denounce rising anti-Semitism amid the Israel-Hamas war. The president, first lady, and second gentleman will attend. Holiday travel is expected to be even busier than last year. AAA predicts over 115 million people will travel between December 23rd and New Year's Day. That's over 2% more than last year, but still less than the record travel levels in 2019. A win for the Jets. Quarterback Zach Wilson returned to the field, throwing a season high of 301 yards and 2 touchdowns, bringing the Jets' 5-game losing streak to an end.
Throw it when you believe it's there, trust in it, and sometimes bad plays are going to happen, but you have to be able to trust in those and let them rip, and, it's part of football.
Good to see the Jets bounce back. Well, a new dining experience for Swifties has opened up on Long Island. The Ugly Duckling in Long Beach is running a Taylor Swift-themed pop-up brunch all month long. The restaurant on Beach Street has a photo booth, selfie stations, and a red carpet out front. Checking out your hyper-local forecast, expect wind, rain, and clouds today. Highs around 46 degrees. Tonight, we drop down to the 30s. Tomorrow, the sun makes a huge comeback with highs around 43 degrees. And here's a look at your futurecast. Again, that rain should clear up later this morning, but be careful on the roads. There may be some ponding issues. A look at your 7-day forecast coming up.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Home Tax Saver, PTRC Incorporated.
A messy job. Stony Brook students are taking a look at how Long Islanders' recycling efforts are going. Steve Langford has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
What are you doing?
Sorting garbage.
The brave team from the Department of Technology and Society at Stony Brook University's College of Engineering is going through the trash here at the Cavanta Hempstead incinerator plant in order to get a detailed read on just how well recycling efforts are going.
We can look and see what percent of material they're leaving in the garbage and what percent they're sorting out.
It's a state-sponsored study of samples of garbage around New York, years in the making. Cavanta Hempstead is one of many stops throughout Long Island and upstate New York as the Stony Brook team takes a deep dive into the way New Yorkers recycle and throw out their trash.
They weigh every category. All of those weights then are brought back to campus, and we have spreadsheets.
You look at this and you might wonder, is there any hope for recycling?
Yes, of course. I think people are getting to know what should be go to recyclables.
But short of assigning a monitor in every home on Long Island to make sure everything that should be recycled is, the experts seem divided on the prospects for this fundamental environmental struggle. Do you think one day we're going to get there?
Oh, that's a good question. I hope so. I'm not sure.
But as for what it's like coming to work every day to go through tons of garbage in search of signs of sustainability,
I kind of get used to it now. It's been a while. I sorting garbage since our study started since 2019.
Their dedicated dirty work makes our domestic recycling responsibilities look easy. Steve Langford for NewsdayTV.
We all have to do our part. Let this story be a reminder. Read more about the recycling study on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Are you hosting for the holidays? We can help you create a magical tablescape. Elisa DiStefano has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Setting the table for a festive feast.
So the number one rule for designing any table, especially a holiday table, would be to have a cohesive theme.
Nicole Rippertella and Julianne Agnaveni of Table Talk Rentals, a luxury tableware rental and design company, chose a bow theme for this table to tie it all together.
So we have this ribbon-like plate. Yeah, we put bows on the menus. We wanted to have the bows on the candlesticks. And then we even added ribbon elements into the tablescape itself.
So what else do we have to keep in mind as we're planning our holiday tables?
You want to keep in mind the space that you're working in. So for us, we have this really dark and moody dining room, so we wanted to make sure our setting was cohesive with something that felt warm and moody.
Let's talk about these gorgeous settings.
So for us, we started with this really beautiful wood base plate, and then we layered on our dinner and our salad plate.
And the napkin is underneath the salad plate. You don't see that often.
Just layering our pieces to make that depth and dimension, it makes it really inviting and very luxurious.
This all looks so beautiful, but my only big question is, where do you put the food?
Yeah, so when we're designing a tablescape, you always want to keep the function in mind. So for this one specifically, it's set up for either a buffet style or someone will be serving the food. If you're having a family style meal, you obviously want to make sure there's space left in the runner for the food to go down.
We have a lot of food in my family. I don't think we'd be fitting a lot of trees on my table. I want to sit down and celebrate.
Yeah, and that's really the point of setting a really pretty holiday table. It's to celebrate with your friends and family. It should be something that encourages your guests to come sit together and share with each other.
Elisa DiStefano, Newsday TV.
Very festive. Read more about the holiday tablescapes on Newsday.com. Just click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Get in the game with Newsday. The best team of sports reporters and columnists bring you in-depth analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and news from inside the locker room. Get in the game when you subscribe to Newsday, your destination for total sports coverage at newsday.com/sports.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. Please be very careful out there. Thanks for watching. We'll leave you with a look at your hyperlocal 7-day forecast.